Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Flickering Torch, and welcome to our Tuesday night live stream of the Mecha Hack Desperate Alliance. How you all doing? How you feeling? How's everyone chilling? I'm just trying to check if a thing's working right now. So I really want someone to talk in the chat, if poss.
Just ask Ben. What you got? You just at me next time, bro. You know, just at me next time.
Post something in the chat. I tried to put the chat on the screen, but I'm not sure it's working. Anyway, this is our Tuesday live stream of the Mecha Hack Desperate Alliance, which is GM'd by the wonderful Addison. So Addison, please take it away. Let's go. Let's get going. Let's get it doing. Let's go.
Guys, he said let's go. He said let's go. It's
go.
Go,
Please
baby.
go ahead, Addison. Thank you.
So, welcome back, everyone, to Mecha Hack Desperate Alliance, episode 3. We will be carrying on from our last episode where we negotiated an alliance between the Neos Dominion and the Terran Collective to face off against the Aeons, which has ended with quite the fun addition of a new party member as part of that alliance. And you are now on the heels of Blue Coagatar, a mecha from the Aeon Primacy that Carter has some rather dark history with. But before we get into that, let's do the thing and go around and introduce ourselves and our characters. So, obviously, I'm Addison, I'm the GM. You usually see me in a suit and tie. But because I'm not rushing back from work today, I've decided to dress like a normal human being. I'm sorry if I let you down. But, yeah, it's good to be here, GMing for these guys. Let's start with... Go on then, Nathan, as you're the newest.
It's me. It's a Cernade. Yep. So I'm Cernade. I am playing Paladin Honor. I joined the team last week. Friction is already within the team, so that's gonna be fun. You can find me over on. I'll plug myself. We'll do you find me over on Twitch /Sir_Nade. I play stuff. Yeah, it's me. Next,
James.
James.
Sure.
I play Vasilia Fastolf, pilot of the Colossus she rebuilt from finding it in the desert. I don't do a lot of streaming, and Ben's unnamed friend will notice I'm eating again on stream because I have been poorly organised this week.
They won't be there anymore.
Oh! You have to tell us some tales later, my friend.
Ben, you should be careful in case they are. You know.
Ben would like to retract whatever statements he's just made and put his shovel away.
Ben would like
before
to
he
currently
carries on
retract
digging.
any statements he has ever made or ever will make.
Would like to remove the foot from his mouth and put it back on his feet.
Anyway, let's continue with intros instead of dealing with my personal drama, shall we? No? We're not going to... Addison, you're going to introduce the next person?
Sorry. I was just a bit like, ooh. Like, I didn't know where to go from there. Next person, let's go with Jordan. How you doing?
I'm not too bad, thank you, my friend. I'm Jordan. I'm playing Doc, also known as designation Dagger Raven. He is the robot newbie of the group who just wants to lend a helping hand and learn all that he can, and is as yet undecided as to this band of scoundrels is actually the best role model or not.
Lend a helping hand with a scattergun at point-blank range.
Is that not the best way to lend a hand?
I mean, it might be a good way of getting spare hands.
Yeah. Noted.
And finally, our captain, the El Capitan of our ship today. Let's have it out, Ben. Tell us about yourself.
I'm Ben, also known as the Flickering Torch. I am playing Carter Frith, the commander of this highly trained, highly elite, highly disciplined mecha fire team. Carter is he's got this like 3-armed like test robot that's covered in those like kind of like hazard stripes, and he really wants to kill fucking Blue Coagatar because it wiped out half of his team last time they found him.
So we're going straight into that in this episode of blue is the color of fury. As the we have an exterior shot of Voodoo Heavy and Paladin Zero or Paladin Honor on top of this like massive mound of gold, like solid gold. Vasilia, you've got two. You have a door, but you also have a bead on Viking Harmony and Dagger Raven. Below you, you've managed to get the. You can see like two little green dots
rough,
with
but
their
it's
names next to them.
Might not
Yeah,
be exact.
it may not be exact, but they're there.
How solid is the floor? Is it diggable? With this
You
door?
can certainly try. This would be a power roll, please, a power test. As you like start and Paladin Honor, you look back round in your mech, knowing that there's no exit out. Watching as Vasilia's mech is just doof, doof, onto the floor in front of you, in trying to dig through solid gold with this metal door.
I guess the door bends or something, or is that good? Oh, it's good. The other way around.
It's good, slow. So you basically begin to like dush and scrape down, and you see like almost like when you put a knife through butter and it like curls. It starts like curling as you just scrape. But you do notice that you could, with a few more goes at it and some help, you could probably get through as you see like cracks begin to spiral out as well across the surface of the. As you're just like poof, with your massive mech strength. Honor, what are you doing?
You hear your radio squawk. Hey, Paladin boy, maybe you could help me with this.
On the way, so I'm just going to get their stat. I sort of, I've kind of been hovering around already, waiting to be asked to help, essentially. So as soon as I'm
can
asked,
you roll a power test for me? What would you use? Would you use your sword for this?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of all I've got actually. When I've got I got a shield, so maybe I'd probably use a shield as like a shovel in the same way he's using the door.
Mm-hmm.
So that would make sense. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my shield. It's D20, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, D20.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay,
It's
cool.
good. So you remember your low, but just for those people watching, in Mecha Hack, lower rolls are better. So, yeah.
And for those people
You're
watching,
in.
if you want to know more rules, you can head over to youtube.com/theflickeringtorch for a full how-to video. I'm done. You can continue.
You start doing the same, and you see these cracks like spiral out like more like as you're just like whacking this dusty gold planetoids mound like the pair of you. Whilst you two are doing that, we'll pan indoors to this dark cave that Dagger Raven and Viking Harmony chase Blue Coagatar into, where this stranger had emerged from, attacked the summit where these two parties were meeting to form their alliance. You chase Blue Coagatar down like this thin corridor where only one of you can get through at a time. But then you're at the edge or the precipice of a pit where she, as you have seen the pilot, Genjiban, jumped down into this large pit.
I would like to jump down the pit.
You can hear from above you like ka-dunk, ka-dunk, like echoing through as this whole mountain is made from like gold and various rare metals.
Just
so you want to jump
as a thought, micro missiles. If I just aim them at the ceiling while I jump down, is that going to help?
Could help them. It could help them. Yeah.
Would you know we were there?
If I can hear you guys,
he can hear the
smack.
Yeah.
True.
Dong. Might be a giveaway.
Yeah, because maybe I've not described this properly, but like you're standing on basically a massive mound of solid, like natural forming gold.
Okay.
So like gold ore. So like every time you hit it, it's traveling through the metal. Like the gold's superconductive. It's one of the reasons why your scanners and everything's a bit haywire down here. But yeah.
I would like to jump down the hole and fire my micro missiles backwards as I jump.
Okay, so can you do the relevant test for that, which is is that system?
That is system, my guy. We can certainly try. I don't think my system is particularly high, but 3's enough. Yeah, that fires.
You jump down, Doc. You literally watch as Captain Frith just, and you're like, why is he sending? You think he's sending up signal flares or something to show that?
Down as well. Sorry.
Thanks. And you guys feel it begin to underneath your feet as you're digging. Can I have mobility checks from the two of you as you watch as what you've done so far is get so far, and then he's just come from the other side. So you're.
Oh, great!
I mean, just gonna say,
Big F.
Has he now collapsed the cave that I am stood in?
He is. I do need mobility from you as well, please, Doc.
I got 8 rolling under 12, so I think I made that one.
I got
You're
a big
good.
fat 20.
I got a 14, which is a fail for me.
So
that is my mobility.
so Doc, can you take? I'm gonna do it like full damage from D&D, so I'm gonna give it a
God, I
D6.
have lots of experience with fall damage.
So you take 6 damage as you're buried under rubble of like
Oh.
gold that just falls on top of you.
Right. I'm gonna put 3 of that into my armor. So I have a retractable shield, which kind of like pops from my arm as I like shield my head with it, and then I'm gonna take hit point damage as well.
Yeah.
So 6. You said
6, so it'll be 3.
3. So yeah, 3 from hit points and 3 from armor. So I will divide it.
Voodoo Heavy, you jump out the way just and operate.
I'm hoping to go straight down and not.
You go operate thrusters and you begin to descend gently, rather than like
just drop thrusters at the last moment. Use the radar for that.
Yeah. Whereas Paladin 0, you go to move and you notice because you got a 20, that's a critical fail. So you go to move and you move your like this mech isn't your traditional one. You've been given a new one. You go to move quickly. You move the joysticks the wrong way, and you just hear as your mech stalls, and you're like, "Oh shit!" and you just plummet, and you don't stop because you're above the hole that Frith's jumped into, so you are plummeting. I need you to do systems as you are trying to like trying to
I'm going to be tactical and
right.
Wham!
I'm gonna build some tension before I hear Ent on this one, guys. My systems check is 8. I need to roll under 8.
You can do this.
Oh, baby!
Oh, baby! Crit fail to a crit success. That's how we like it.
So you literally you're like, oh shit, and then you like notice that they're all watching, and you're like, I can't fail in front of these guys. You like punch it, and you just see your mech comes back to life. You hear, and you just like in that cool style, you just put your hand like down in this trench down the side, get your foot in, and you just hear as you like scrape down, almost slide down the side of this tunnel, like. You manage to get your sword into your other hand, and you're like, you almost look like it's on purpose. You kind of managed to flip it over and make it look like you were doing some sort of acrobatics rather than stalling. Frith, you can hear him, and you can hear like metal like clanging against metal as these boulders roll past you, and light spills into the cave behind you. But you do notice that even with that light, you're going to go further and further down into darkness. Like this tunnel is deep and it isn't straight. Doc is still buried under rubble because I know that you went to the edge of the pit, didn't you, Voodoo Heavy? You didn't go straight down into the pit.
No,
you went.
I'm expecting to dig, drop, and drop straight down without stopping once we've hit the tunnel. Assuming I got it in the right place. Could have been off.
You that means you'd be falling. You're falling
Yeah.
a bit ahead of
Yeah.
a bit ahead of Paladin Zero. You see him like, but you do not see Doc. Doc, can you make a power test to get these rocks off you?
Bastards. Absolute bastards. Is this because I'm the Right, that's a 3. My power score's 17.
You like shake your head off. You like your mech shakes its head off a bit as you like test all your systems, and you're like, and
Shield
you,
retracts.
yeah, you hear Valor over the comms like, the rest of the team is descending, Dagger Raven. Should we proceed to follow?
Noted, Valor. Please also check the operational manual for what just happened. I'm not sure. I'm wondering whether this needs to be brought up further.
I just want
she,
to
like-
I want to point out that you can faintly hear "shoot to kill" getting like quieter and quieter because I'm hearing that on the speakers of my mech, like outwards,
Oh,
just not over comms,
nice.
just outwards.
That will be them. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go towards the edge of the hole and see if I can scan it.
Okay,
Before I
systems check.
jump into it.
Systems test.
This is what I was planning to do for like at the beginning.
Science.
Now it means nothing because everyone's already in the hole. That's a 5. That's a success.
So you are getting some very strange readings, from down in this hole, and from your database and your studies, and it's a very similar energy signature to what happens when Aeons suddenly arrive somewhere. Like, there's a very distinct energy signature that happens when Aeons just seem to appear out of nowhere. Fast and light travel is a thing, but this doesn't. It's not the same. So that is down there. But that's all you can gather thanks to all this superconductive gold that's like around.
Just the one signature.
It's a very big signature. Like it's not like. Yeah, and it's constant. Usually it's like a flash. It's like, snap your fingers, the Aeons have arrived, they're about to fuck shit up. But for some reason, this one's like stable and staying there.
Right. So after I've got that result, I'll jump down, but I'll pass the information on to everyone else so they can like see it. Presumably this will just be to Viking and Voodoo. Because
You can open comms with Paladin if you want to. He just has to accept them.
I'll basically like make sure it flashes up on the other screen and like send him an accept a message request. I'm guessing.
Yeah, pretty much like designation Dagger Raven wishes to talk to open comms. Like is basically what appears on your thing, Nath.
You have reached Paladin Zero. Please leave a message after the beep. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
So you can get that
like the
information as
Skype
well.
sound.
We will respond to this message in 3 to 5 working days.
Boop, boop. Yeah. So what are we doing then, guys? Because you've got Frith. So the marching order is Frith, Voodoo Heavy, and then Paladin Zero, and then you've got Doc bringing up the rear. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to still slowly descend, or do you want to stop at all? It is very much like there's no like cliff edges or shelves that a mech could perch on.
Frith is just like going like a bat. Like
The truth is, it's basically whatever Frith's doing, right? Because we're all behind him. We can't do anything else other than.
I don't know. Gravity's a cruel mistress, so free fall, I guess.
Yeah.
Frith
So-
isn't free falling. He's thrustering down.
Yeah.
Whatever like small amount of like light he can see off the other mech, he's just chasing. Like I guess we would like cut into like a cockpit view, and Frith
Yeah.
is just like full on rage mode, like focusing on whatever small amount of light he can see. Full thrusters. Like even if Valor's coming up on comms being like, you should probably slow down, he just like mutes her and is just he wants revenge for his team.
So
Yeah.
the only light I will be able to see as I'm free falling is the thrusters of his mech. So I think
Yeah.
as I become stable, I would essentially almost let go to try and speed myself up.
Mm-hmm. So all of you are now
If I
like free
could
falling.
see the thrusters going, I would use those as the car in front of me's fog brake lights in the fog.
Yeah.
And when they stop, I might hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
same.
so you guys are begin to like move and stuff like that. You see the mech in front of you, Frith, the blue Coagatar, is just like free falling as well. She's not like she's not got any like wings or anything. Hers are more like shoulder and like lower back, and she's like falling, and then you begin to see as you descend down this tunnel veins of strange purple like light.
Can I
Oh,
try and get a
right.
reading on one of those?
Yes, please.
Oh, that means
System.
System, please. Yeah, you've got these like spidering down.
Nice. So that was 6 rolling under 13.
So the energy signature of these like veins of like strange ore and strange like light is similar to the readings that Doc sent forward to you. They seem to be the source. However, you've never seen it in this form before. You've usually seen it in terms of the aeons coming out of nowhere, single flare-ups, but this is like constant. And you see like as you thrust past them and you see energy from your mechs being expended, the glow of them grows brighter.
Are you sending that data over to everyone for that heads up?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably would do after a few seconds. I'd probably sit there and try and figure out what it is, and then just be like,
So now that we're
Enough for
noticing
everybody.
it's reactive, I'm assuming we're flying down with like thrusters on our hands, kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
Style.
yeah, Iron Man style, or just
Oh, yeah.
like preparing, like your legs have thrusters in as well to like ease landing and stuff
I'm
like that.
gonna with my third arm try and hit a vein that's in front of Blue Coagatar with
Okay.
my beam rifle.
Nice.
Okay, so are you, is this a two-handed weapon?
It's a light weapon, so
It's a light weapon, yeah. So it's not. So fire, roll power as she's in front of you. She like
you want power.
she hasn't like power. Yeah, it's power for rifles.
Power makes the bang
Hit.
bang work.
Hits. So roll damage as you hit this wall. Poof.
It's a D8 for this boy. 2.
So as you fire at the wall just in front of them, and you watch it go past them. You watch it hit the wall, but nothing happens. Then the beam comes out another area, like further down the tunnel, and like, and you see like rocks where obviously there's not any of this purple vein, like in front of Blue Coagatar, who is going to roll mobility to try and dodge it. Yeah, she literally like curls up into a ball. And you see like this, you have put a bit of a smoke screen between her and yourself, as this like dust of this and these rocks of like gold, like and gold dust, like. But yeah, you watched as the beam hit the vein, and then seemed to come out of another vein somewhere else.
What did the sensors think of that?
Yeah.
Were they able to figure that out?
Same flare up of like, but it more what you've seen, like that split second of like movement, energy flare gone, and then it's that same.
Valor...
It's almost like if it was a seismograph, you would have seen like that steady
old
thing,
spike.
and then yeah.
Val's an AI, so she could do calculations for us, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hail Valor and just be like, so if I fire all of my micro missiles at different veins, what's the chance that this is gonna hit the mech?
She like see her like compute for a little bit. You hear the as you're still falling, and she's like, too many variables, unable to make calculation. Like, not enough. She kind of, you see her, she's kind of stuttering. She doesn't know what she doesn't have the data for it.
I just
She's
go,
like,
Valor, flip a coin.
That is a 50-50 chance, sir.
Good enough for me. I fire all my micro missiles, so I select basically like a bunch of points in front of Blue Coagatar as enemies, fire my micro missiles again. So that's a systems check.
Roll systems, then roll reactor.
You could just fire them at,
Because
because it's in front of you, right?
that's good. Reactor is now a d6. That's good. Yeah. Do you want me to roll damage, or do you want me to wait until they've either hit them?
Roll damage because how many did you fire? Because
Right,
they
okay.
won't
So
all hit.
the issue with this is each enemy within close or near range. I've gone for however many veins I can see. I've selected that many enemies.
Okay.
So how
Fair
many
enough.
veins can I see?
You would see 4.
Okay, so that would be 4d4 then if we're rolling all the damage at once.
Yes, please.
13 altogether.
13. So as you hear like her like and she's like she takes because she can reduce damage by 1d4. Got to do this last time. So 3. She takes so she takes 2 of those. So I'll let you have the 2 4s. So she takes 8 damage minus 3, so she takes 5, and the other 2 like in above you, and like cause another like of these gold filings to like fly out and make a smoke screen between you and Voodoo Heavy. Voodoo Heavy, I need you to make a mobility check as you just watch as these 2 missiles collide with either side and begin to make almost like an avalanche. Yeah.
Spray a bunch. Could I just hold the door up and just punch through it on full thrusters?
I would allow you to test power for that. Yeah, sure.
Done.
This is you like powering through.
Oops, no, it's not roll. It is D20. Yes, that passes. It's 16 under 17.
Ooh, so you and you can hear like the of these like, and you feel like the door begin to, because you're falling so fast and hitting them so hard.
Yeah, it's
You
been,
see
it's
the
been
door
dropped
begin
from
to
orbit.
buckle.
It's been dropped from orbit. It's been used as an impromptu shovel. It's probably taken a bit of a beating by now, even though it is a spaceship door.
Your arm just and you've made it through, but you see the shield, the shield, your impromptu shield is like flying back upwards from where it's been hit, and it's dung 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 up there.
I scream into the radio.
As you're still falling, Nade and Paladin 0 and Dagger Raven, I need you guys to make mobility checks as this door is like up.
Bouncing off the sides.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking 19.
We both fail that.
So you two, and you hear door, and you're like, where? Like take in 1d6. So you both take 2 damage. I'll just say you both take the same damage as it glances off your shoulders and stuff. And you watch as Blue Coagatar in front of you then lands and begins running northward. You can so you know that you've hit the bottom. You're almost at the bottom. Do you want to continue to fly and instead try and bank and try not to splat on the floor, because you are still like
so they're running. If I full thrusters and just try and hit them
into your desk,
what's gonna happen? Like if I just fucking if I realize they're about to turn trajectory, can I just full thrusters and try and tackle them? Like I know it's probably gonna hurt me as much as it's gonna hurt them, but I just
roll mobility to see if you can get it to level out, so you've got that trajectory.
Oh no, that's a miss.
So so as you like beeline, she just turns around, takes that same stance she's been taking, and then you see as her mech just like pushes you into the wall next to her, and you just hear as you slam face first, like cockpit first, into the wall next to her, and she just takes off. You take we're gonna say a d6 because we're gonna treat it like full. You take 4 damage as you collide, and she's gone down this. You do notice now that the glow, as the others start landing beside you, like doof, 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 that the glow and the amount of these purple veins are multiplying. They're spidering out more, but they all seem to be going in the direction she's going. Like it's almost like a root network or something, like cables or something.
How far ahead of us is the blue Coagatar?
Blue Quagtar is about now she's only about a single range indicator away. So if
So
you
she's near.
Yeah.
Can I take that opportunity to try and tackle them?
You would need to move, and then you would need to roll power for you because you're not doing it from flight. You're doing it from
yeah. That is the right channel. Ooh, 11 under 17.
So doof, you like barrel in, and you manage to grab hold of their arm as they go around a corner. Like turn round, so you've caught up to them. So I need you all to roll initiative, please. So either mobility or system. Failures go after enemies. Successes go before enemies.
I'm good. Jordan's also good.
So you go. That is.
I am not so much.
I am good.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
So
yeah, there we go.
So you succeed, don't you, on 16?
For what power?
No, for mobility or system.
No, not even close. For 16 under 13 or 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're after the enemy. So you've got hold of her, and the others are before the enemy. This is a tighter space where 2 of you can get in this one, but it's still tight, and you've got him in front of you. So it's going to be tight. So what do you guys want to do? You guys can decide what order you go in yourselves. So who wants to go first?
I would like to go first, just so, because I'm already at the bottom of the chasm, I just want to run up and get out my beam. It's a beam sword on the character sheet, but I'm imagining it's like a combat knife. And as Blue Quacktar's grappled, he's gonna do the same thing he did with
Red Mosquito.
Yeah, Red Mosquito, where he's going to grab with 2 hands and then with a 3rd hand just start stabbing.
Okay, roll to attack.
Roll what?
Nice.
Roll power.
Excellent. Yeah, hit.
Roll damage as you into like what looks to be Blue Quagtar's neck. Like.
Nice, 3.
Oh, she's looking bad. So, and you hear her like, "Ugh! You might have got Unstas, but you're not going to get me." That takes us to who wants to go next before enemies.
I'll go next.
Nate.
That's because I'm gonna sit back a little bit. I'm quite beat up, and the only effective bit of armor I have left is my shield. So I'm gonna sit behind my shield, resting my sword on top of it, and take a beam rifle shot.
Go for it. As you watch his beam, his sword once again, the blue energy around the edges, and straight at Blue Coagatar.
It's an 8.
D20, not D8.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, idiot. Yeah.
D20 to attack first, and then D8 is your... Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that is 16.
What's your power?
16.
And it just misses her. And you see like rocks begin to fall and bounce harmlessly off the Colossus's shoulders as boom, boom, boom. That takes us to you, Dagger Raven. What you want to do is you're still tracing this figure. You see the paladin like shoot down there, not do a great job though.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up. Can I get in melee with the Blue Quaggatar? Or can I like tag out if I move and then attack? Or...
Just. No, actually, because they're just
there's 2 of us in there already.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't be able to get in close range. You'd be just over their shoulders.
Yeah, you know what your option is.
No, I'm not gonna.
I'm trying to get
I
a
don't wanna
vision of
do that,
have we landed, or are we like?
No, you've landed. You're on like a flat bit of ground, and then she's gone down like a tunnel. Sorry,
Okay.
that's because, and she's gone down a tunnel. She went to turn right, and then
I
James
managed to
caught
dump
up.
tackle her.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then Frith was like
There.
at the side of that tunnel, basically where he'd been dunked into. You can see like an imprint of his mech's face.
Right. So they're
Cool.
near at the minute. Voodoo Heavy and
Yep,
Quacktail.
they're near. They're
Cool, so
near.
I'm going to reinforce Voodoo Heavy, which is the D6 to minus from your attack roll or your
Fuck yeah.
checks. And then I'm going to do a systems check on this cave and just see if I can figure out the source of these veins of some sort. If that's allowed, I
Yeah.
can scan the cave system and try and figure out what's going on with these veins.
That's going to be 2 use actions, which will make you have to roll your
That's fine.
reactor die.
You want me to do that first, I'm assuming?
Roll your reactor die first, and then roll d20 for system.
Fuck. Actually,
No.
no. Quick fix. I'm going to spend 2 armor points to not reduce that.
Fair enough.
Which is my... I don't think it's called quick fix. I think it's called, like... I need to check what the actual name is. I've got it written down, but it's because I had a class issue. But that's fine. It's the thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
Yeah,
then
I know what you're talking about.
System.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, that's a failure as well.
So you go to scan down this corridor, and you notice that your mech's like systems start to turn purple. And you're like, what? And you have to shut everything down and then restart quickly because you're like, what just happened?
The
So
classic.
yeah, whatever happened there was a bit scary. That takes us to her turn. Because you've got her to half, and it's an optional rule, she technically gets 2 sets of turns. So
Oh,
she'll
God
get
damn it.
one at the end of this, and then after the other people, after the Colossus is gone, she'll go again. Okay. So the first thing she's going to do is she's going to attack with. She's going to do 2 attacks.
Is she grappled
With-
though?
She is grappled, yes. So she's trying to get him. She's trying to get him off with like headbutts and stuff. She's doing everything she can, almost like clinching. He's got hold of like one of her arms, so she like is gonna twat James in the head. Roll d20 against 17. 10. Poof. That just does 1d8. So that does 2 damage to you, James. I need you to roll system.
Is that damage taken, or is that going to be?
That's damage taken, and then system because you watch as from her free hand, energy starts to come down and stuff.
again.
Yeah,
No.
poof, she stunned you. However, interesting point of order, that locks up your mech, so your arm is stuck on hers. So
Excellent.
she can't turn that off. Is the only problem. Like, so she's there like. Bleh! So she's going to try and again hit you again to sit, and she'll have to roll her reactor die, which is d8. 5, so she's fine. She's going to whack you again to try and get you off. 12 hits, but only if you get knocked out with it. Mean anything. So 5 damage as she trying to get you off. And she's like, "Ugh!" And you hear her and you see it. She starts to like appear on all your comm links. Like she accidentally opens a video feed as you see her like desperately swinging her arms in her cockpit, almost like she's controlling her fire. Like
As she flicks
Yeah.
on the video link, start laughing down the interface. you hit like a girl. Who taught you how to fight?
better men than you. That's the end of her turn. It's your go, James, but you're stunned, which takes us to her second turn as a boss.
Yeah, this might break my mech.
This could be the end of you.
Yeah, maybe.
She's going to she's just going to attack. She's like fucked off, and she's not. I need to roll d6 so she regains her AMP charge. Does not get it back.
Look for that.
D20.
Holy shit.
7. So cracks you for 1d8 damage again. 2 damage. roll system again, because your system's come back on and she's just hit you again.
Yeah, 2 under 13.
Oh, that's fine. So you and seeing you not go down for the first time, she's like, "Fuck it," and you see her just crack as she headbutts you with her mech.
Does she need to react? Oh, God
Rip.
damn it. Does she need to reactor die as well for that?
She does need to do a reactor die. She gets an 8 though, so she crits. So that's
It's so
2d8. So that's 14 damage as she cracks you straight on the.
Well, 14
head
damage
with
is all the hit points I have, not including armor, and I was down at 4 anyway. So something
Yeah.
might break.
So I need you. Give me a second to find the rules because I've not had the opportunity to use this yet. So I need you. So you technically count as disabled. So a disabled mecha cannot take actions until repaired and automatically fails all tests. Additionally, when you become disabled, you must roll a disabled mecha table to see what occurs. The effects last until after you complete a short rest. So can you roll a d8 for me, please, James?
No.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. D8. 7.
Oh shit! So as you you fall backwards.
Oh,
You feel your mech fall.
fuck, I just heard what that is.
You take permanent damage. I need you to remove a module.
I only
From
have
your
one
mech.
fucking module.
Ooh,
Because we're on
That's
starting
the-
mechs. God
that's
damn it.
Yeah.
rough.
So that's damaged my reactor. It's now no longer a super reactor.
Yeah. So yeah, you watch as he falls down, and you see like his reactor
Shit.
begins to like get red hot,
Her.
and her reactor starts to get red hot. Sorry, and she's like, ah, like you can hear her like over the comms, like, I need to fix this, like,
Bailing out with a fire extinguisher.
yeah, but yeah, you have lost one mech. You've lost Voodoo Heavy. They cannot move. They cannot take actions until they're repaired. But their mech is not destroyed, so it's not like she's trapped here or anything. That takes us to before the enemy, which is the rest of you. So what do you want to do?
This might be suicide. Right, okay. So, she's just hit... She keeps trying to do that taser hit, doesn't she? Presumably there's, like, sparks constantly coming off of her, like, mech's arms.
You watch as every time she attacks, you see, like, a part on her back, like, lights up, and it goes across her arms every time she goes to attack. So...
Okay, I would like to grab... So I'm already holding onto the mech because I've got 2 arms and then I'm just stabbing with my third. I'd like to push the back of the mech onto one of these fucking veins, so if she tries to trigger that electric thing, whatever voodoo crap is in those veins...
You could probably do it on just the gold. Because it's conductive.
Well, there's those crazy veins of magical. I'm gonna push her. I'm gonna try and push her onto one of those.
So you push her onto the Virillion vein, okay. Roll power. And she's going to roll power against you. And lowest wins. Oh, hang on. Oh, tie. So
Surely it
neither
goes
of
to
you
the
move.
player, right?
What's your power? Because that's over
18.
both your powers. Yes, it's over hers as well.
Is it too late to try and support this? So I see them deadlocked in this battle of strength. And
I would say, yeah, there's nothing to really support or help. There's no real help. Well, there is an aid action, but you have to take it before.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm been a bit late.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's before my turn still.
Time, you and
yeah, technically you're going anyway, so you can go now that you see both of them are like locked in this. Frith has like got her, re-got her, and got her like, and they're trying to like push each other away.
I would like to take my second action to stab as well.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
my,
sure,
with
roll-
my third arm. So I'm still like, this is happening simultaneously. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to push her into this ore vein, and then the third arm is just like with the combat knife.
Still technically counts as 2 attacks though. So
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying, like, narratively, this is the same.
Mm.
The same action. Fuck!
I need a
fuck
reactor
this
die
shit.
from you as well.
Fuck. Well, one of them's a use and one of them's a push, isn't it? Because it's an ability score and then an attack.
No. So an attack is an attack. Both of them are attacks
Oh, okay. I can
because it's a
roll.
push.
That's fine.
It's like you can make a grapple attack in D&D.
That's fine. I'll roll it.
Fun.
So
that
it's me
takes
next
us to
anyway,
Nade.
right? Yeah.
Nade
So
and,
I
Jordan.
want to thrust her in.
Yep.
I see him deadlocked. I'm going to thrust her straight in, and with the thruster boost, try and aid this push.
Okay, roll power, and she'll roll power as well.
Is she like at disadvantage because I'm already pushing her at the same time?
Yes, she is. That's true. So she got 17, which is her thing.
5.
You win. So you poof, and push her up against this vein of beryllium, all purple stuff.
Purple stuff.
And you push her up against it, and you do watch as she's trying to like push that arc generator on her back, or kinetic arc generator. Is the electricity is being sucked out of it and into the beryllium vein, and you watch as further down the tunnel, you see like it's electrifying the whole tunnel, like down further down the tunnel, and behind you as well in that open area before you came in. So that you see that it's going everywhere almost.
The fucking Phantom Menace theme starts playing.
Yeah.
That is the only appropriate music for the situation.
That takes us to Jordan. What are you doing?
Oh. Again, I can't get anywhere near them, can I? Because there's too many people in.
Yeah.
Can I comms Dagger Raven, even though it's not my turn?
Yeah.
Do it simultaneously, I guess.
I need you to cause a power surge in that mech.
Can I see if that's possible? I don't.
If you don't have anything that can do that, it's going to be difficult. The only way that you know is if she attacks and you can do something. If you had something, you would need something to do that.
No, unfortunately not.
that.
Not as I've got it written down. Maybe we can discuss later about other things I can do. But as of now, I'm saying I don't know how I would do it. So
Yeah. Plus, it's Aeon tech. Like you saw.
nothing. The only thing I could possibly do is fire my scattergun into this. But that would be pointless because they're all meshed.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it. It's
It
fine.
hasn't stopped you before.
I hear this on the radio and say, you could drop my greatsword down onto the back of it.
You hear like the fire extinguisher. She's like.
I like to think Vasilia gets that out and then the radio explodes as well.
Yeah, there's a dull thump.
Right.
It goes.
First thing I want to do is redo the test of the tunnel and the veins and that.
System, yep, use.
That's better. That's a 4. That's on system.
So the source of that is at the end of this tunnel that she's trying to go down, and it's big. It is large, and whatever it is permanently there. And your scanner is now going crazy with all this electricity going around the place, with her arc reactor on her back, like going off, and like it. Whatever this thing does, this beryllium or whatever it's called does, it's like it's fucking everything up.
From that test, can I see what it's doing to the integrity of the tunnel?
Yeah, yes. So with the electricity, it is weakening the integrity of the tunnel, and like because you're superheating, like. You're watching as electricity is hitting gold. That gold is superheating and it's starting to like melt and stuff. And then you'll begin to hear like
Not
like
even going to cave in.
Like,
We're going to be melted alive.
Right. How far away am I from everyone else?
You're near.
I'm near.
You're one reticle away.
Right.
I love the word reticle.
Reticle, like spectacle.
Reticle, I think it's
Rectical, like rectum.
Reticle.
I don't know. Fuck it.
Reinforcers.
Say again?
Reinforcers.
Scattergun.
There is that, isn't there? That's, yeah, I'll do that, but that's 2U, so I need to roll my RD. My reactor die.
Roll RD.
I've got it written down as RD, so
Rude.
that's all right. Oh fuck! What am I rolling? What am I rolling in D20 for?
Oh, you got the best reaction in the whole game. What was that?
Oh, that's
No,
fine.
you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll do it to Viking Harmony. They'll get a D6.
So you got D6 that you can minus from stuff. So that makes it enemy's turn. Let's roll her D6 and see if she gets her EMP back. She does not, because she does not roll a 5 or a 6. So she, seeing you two like on her, she's gonna have to fight you off. So D20
Does
on
having
you.
the beryllium literally touching her mech suck a little bit of power out, or what is?
You do notice that she's not able to gather enough charge to stun you. So she hits you with a 6, and it only does the D8 damage, which is 2 to you, Frith. She's doosh, and you get ready to like absorb the energy and try and kick out, but then you notice that nothing happens because you're siphoning off the energy like you were intending to, and it's cool. So she's then gonna kick you, Paladin 0, D20, 5 under 17, so that goes to D8 damage. So she does 6 damage to you. You just see a side kick beautifully, with beautiful form, straight into your chin, into your mech's chin to try and catch you off
That's a big
guard.
hit, guys. It's a big hit.
Big hit. I think we're all quite damaged right now, but
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
little bit.
Yeah.
she killed the team.
Hey, that leaves my mech's head. I'm backwards.
Oh, are you at 0?
No, but I'm very close.
So she needs to roll. She needs to roll reactor die because she's done 2 attacks. She's fine.
Does because she's overcharging a reactor and she's on the thing, do anything for us? I'm really trying to eke out any kind of
Yeah,
fucking
you can
advantage
eke out
I
a
can
bit. You're
get
trying. I will say that you've also caused a bit of a disadvantage because if you move, technically you'd be conductive, so you might get hit by lightning. But we'll see. So technically, Viking Harmony, not Viking Harmony. Yeah, Voodoo Heavy. Sorry, you do still technically get a turn, but you are just a person. Your mech is.
I was gonna say I can't take any actions, so I'm gonna stay in the big pile of metal because mech-sized guns. Not good idea in front of them.
You hear Valor's there like, Voodoo Heavy, are you aware that your mech is currently disabled? Voodoo Heavy, are you aware that your mech is currently disabled? Like over and over again, like.
No shit, Sherlock. I hadn't noticed. And it's like you can see that the control deck is at sort of this angle with the seat facing this way, standing on the back wall. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
As you were trying to repair, awesome. So that takes us to her go again because she gets 2 goes because she is fucked up. You've done so much damage. I thought she'd be able to get away.
No.
She's going to D20. That's 4 on you as she like still trying to get away. Poof.
Why are you rolling so well? Stop rolling so well, Addison.
That's 3 damage to you. Seeing that the other dude's pretty. Is that it?
That's it.
Oh no!
You down?
Roll D8 for me, please.
Oh my god, Addison, why do this to us?
Why you do this? 4?
A short story.
Why you do this?
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. You can be recovered. They know where you are. So 4. When you get repaired and until you finish a long rest, your targeting systems are malfunctioning. You have disadvantage on attacks. So you just watch as like all your apparatus is like going in different directions. Like all your aim apparatus is like on your screen is like and it's not moving.
Attack.
No, because you're disabled. What this means is, if someone was to heal you now and like repair you now,
I think there are repair mechanisms that are quicker than the rest, but we don't have them.
Yeah. So you would until you finish a long rest, your targeting systems are fried. So yeah, unfortunately, you are.
This might be a
you're
dumb
out.
question. I can't just set my mech to self-destruct and fucking canopy out of it, can I?
Well,
You
gonna get
can.
another one.
Yeah,
Also, I'm on the ground next to you.
yeah.
I mean, she
You've
killed
got
half the team. Like, I'm pretty
We're also
pissed.
in a tunnel right now, so
Yeah, canopying might not be a good idea. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm good. I'm good.
Wow.
for
You're-
that.
Flat.
So you see Paladin Zero, you see as Frith just his mech just falls, his head just scrapes across the edge. And as he's like trying, you hear him like as he's like trying to move the sticks.
Have I
she's
still
gonna
got
attack
radio?
You still got radio.
Kill her! It's like all you hear
Oh,
over the
no.
comms.
I was hoping
So-
you wouldn't say that.
we've
So-
gone too fucking far to let this person go.
Paladin Zero, as she like watches as she's free, she's like, I need to get away. But if she knows that you're in a bad state. She goes to attack you and just whiffs, and you're like, oh shit! It's technically your guys' go again.
Okay. How bad does she look?
She's in such a shit state. Like,
Right.
Question about position: are they close and I'm near?
yeah,
I'm just going to say this now. I am attacking her twice with my scattergun. Do
Okay.
you want to do that before or after?
Okay, I get to go before anyway, so that's
Yeah.
okay. This might work out.
you can move. I would say you would be allowed to move behind her as well because there's space to get behind her, so she can cover you.
So, I am going to drop my shield, which is my last 2 points of armor,
Mm-hmm.
to do a reckless attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all right. I made a mistake last time. I have to attack first. Sorry.
Mhm.
When you make a successful attack, you choose to reduce. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm going to attack.
Oh, do I still get a turn?
No, because you can't make any actions. As a person, if you wanted to get out, you could.
Well, it's
I'm
my
going to say
my
I've got a
pilot
question.
ability.
1 second.
Okay.
I've got a question about piloting things in a minute, but
Okay.
Cool. So I'm going to
What-
make my
what-
attack with my laser sword.
Okay. You hit with 15.
Yep. And I'm dropping my shield to do so. Dropping my last 2 armor points to do a reckless attack, meaning I get to do 2 damage die. And hopefully do the
Finish
deed. That's 9 points of damage.
finally, actual real damage.
Crack as you hit her. You watch as she like stumbles forward a little bit. So, did you get behind her or did you just attack from the front?
Oh, I was able to get behind her.
Yeah.
If you wanted to move, you need to use a move.
Yeah,
No, I would say because you would not be moving into a new like space. You're technically just maneuvering. I would say that would be part of your attack action.
No. In
I'm,
my mind, I'll be fair. In my mind, I was just attacking from where I was. So
Okay.
I didn't move.
You can attack again, but you will have to roll.
Do it.
She is.
Oh, go on, let's do it.
She's on. She's
it's all or
on the
nothing at
edge.
this point. It's all or nothing,
She's-
isn't it?
She's
It's all or
like.
nothing.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
The one last, guys, my reactors are also kicking out. I can hear it ticking in the back of my mech. That's a 5.
Ooh,
That's
roll
a hit.
roll
Come on.
reactor. Roll reactor.
Come on.
What's
Wait,
your reactor
and
at the
what's
moment?
your reactor die at the minute?
D4.
Core override.
Overheating's fine.
2.
He's overheated. Technically.
I just said core override. Can I call that? Do I have to call that before?
No, you can call it after.
Right, then I'm doing that then. I'm rolling my reactor die instead.
So roll.
Nice.
He's fine. He's
You watch as like this strange green beam hits your mech, and you see all the heat and everything travel along that beam towards Dagger Raven. Roll the damage for
I don't
your
have to. Hold on.
That's 5 points of damage.
crack as her arm just she like face plants on the other side of the thing. You see, you hear her on the comm like "fuck no," and you see a poof, and you see something from the back of her mech, like the neck area, jettison out.
She punched out.
And she's beginning to like it begins to like fly off. It's like a little, like almost like egg-shaped.
Scattergun, scattergun, scattergun,
Egg-shaped,
scattergun.
I would
egg.
at this point. It would still be in range of the mech, right?
Yeah.
I would at this point like to trigger my pilot ability if I can still do that, because it's
What's
pilot, not my mech. I can immediately get someone to go again. So someone who's in near range and in a mech. I'm gonna say, kill her over the comms.
You still have your 2 actions as well, but he can go again. He can attack. What does it say? Does it say he just gets another turn, or does it say he gets an extra action?
Take a single move or attack action.
Is
So you get
anybody
another-
reinforced right now that's still alive?
That was
No.
for Viking Harmony.
Yeah,
not
and
for
you.
Paladin Zero.
So Paladin Zero, you get another attack on this egg thing if you want to.
Yep,
And then I have
sure.
2 actions I can still take.
Yeah.
If you do any damage, it just dies. That's how pilot versus
Yeah.
mech works.
It is. That's why I'm still in my mech. Although I was considering maybe getting the RPG out of the back locker and see if I can pop at the other mech.
So you might not know this, but in the is it the Dominion Republic I'm from? Is that it? The
Neo's Dominion.
Neo's Dominion. Yeah, that's the one. We're actually big baseball fans. So this should go well.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh
Don't
no!
worry, it's fine.
But I wasn't very good at it, and that's why they picked me up the team.
Swing and a
baseball's quite
miss.
hard.
Yeah,
Swing and a miss.
that's why I'm a paladin and not a pro ball player. You know.
I think you forget you're in a tunnel and you like swing your sword back into the wall and it's just
Yeah.
stuck there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck it, I'm going for this thing.
Roll to attack.
Oh, is it? Is it close or near?
It would be technically the jettison gets you an extra bit away,
So it's
so
near.
she should be. Is it near far?
yeah.
It should be far.
Okay,
She'd be
I'm
far
gonna
from
have to
you
do
because
mine.
she was near to you, and then the jettison gets her to far.
Yeah, it's
Right,
close,
I'm
near,
gonna have
far.
to do it with my scattergun then at a +2. 8.
Nah.
You watch as Doc. It doesn't look like anything's going to hit because of how the pellets scatter. But then you notice that they hit veins on the wall, and then you just watch in almost like this just deluge of hail, like from all angles. This egg thing is decimated. You see this tiny, almost like smidge of red, like, and like as the Genjiban of the Aeons is defeated, and Blue Kuagata is, as a mech, actually, apart from the arm, pretty much whole.
Oh, good. I need some spare
Right.
parts.
I'm then going to move to wherever Voodoo Heavy is and get ready to assist and point Paladin Zero in the direction of the other. Is anyone else seeing Nathan holding a dog right now?
Yes.
Yeah. I also keep
Vinny?
seeing a ghost walking in his background as well. Human shaped. It looks like it was doing laundry.
That's Vinny the dog. There's an emote.
Vinny.
Let's spam the Vinny emote, everyone.
Vinny. But yeah, you have
There's that ghost again.
two disabled mechs, and you have 2 disabled mechs, and you have 1 mech that's well, you have 3 disabled mechs technically because Blue Kuagata is also there.
Right. Question for GM: How do we heal mechs?
So if you have something that allows you to, so if you have a support ability that allows you to restore hit points at any point, or you have a repair kit which you can buy as an item, and if that's the case, it is an hour minimum to do small repairs on mechs and reget and roll a hit die.
Okay, so if that, because I'm still up in that hour, I guess we're taking now. I'm going to, I want to try and,
Oops.
as a sort of active scan of the area to make sure there's no more enemies, but I want to head towards the end of the corridor to where this source seems to be coming from and check out the source of this energy signature.
So as you hear, like Vasilia, like getting out of her mech, like kicking things and like hammer in hand, like God damn it!
There's a sledgehammer involved. They'll be welding.
So you hear like the mask go on, and you can hear Valor like, "This is not how you should repair this. This will not. This is not structurally This does not help with the structural."
It's a communicator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I flip the mask up, turn around, and just yeet the communicator straight back at the cockpit that's open, and pop it off the cockpit and let it hit the back.
I imagine seeing a shot of like Vasilia opening up a toolkit and like spending like 30 seconds analyzing it, and then there's just one thing in it, and it's a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Carter, are you trying to repair your mech?
I'm gonna hail our ship and try and get a fucking mech repair team down here.
You are going to need to roll system, and technically you fail all systems checks whilst you're disabled.
I'm gonna ask Dagger Raven to send a hail to our ship.
I will send out I'll get Valor to
Just go back to the surface.
like, send us a status report to the ship and basically send someone down, give them our position.
Can you
Or
hail
like a map
mechanics
from
here
where
in
we
the
were
Mia,
to where
please?
we are now.
Naif, what's Paladin Zero doing? Because you've got
Well, in the Neo Dominion, I have my own personal pit crew, and I'm going to hail them to see if I still have access to such mechanics to come and help me.
you hear them like go, "Oh, sir, I'm really sorry, but we're currently transporting ourselves to the TCS Union, with the specifications and things for your mech. It's going to be a while before we can launch it. Is there anything you can do?"
I just sort of switch the communicator off and turn to message him and go, "I couldn't get signal."
Your squires, unfortunately, are in mid transfer. Like
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna walk around my mech and pretend to know what I'm doing and try to fix it.
okay,
Well,
so
I need to heal some. I'm
So-
up. I'm up still.
you can so if you take a short rest now, you can roll a hit die because basically it's jettisoning off heat, stuff like that. So and your reactor die goes up by 1 step. So yours goes back to a D6.
As I look around and ask around, are other people doing the same? Are we having a short respite here to get ourselves mobile?
Unless that Wrecky Mecky crew's going to come down and recover us any quicker, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that then. Yeah.
I'm gonna go and just keep a scan of the place and go check out that energy signature.
So you follow the veins of beryllium that's spiraling like further and further down this corridor, and the corridor opens up to this final tunnel. But there's something wrong with this tunnel because you notice that all the way around the circumference of this tunnel is those purple veins, and it looks like it just goes on and just goes forward. But then you notice that it's not gold anymore. That tunnel is made of a completely different material.
Valor, do these readings seem familiar?
Only in terms of the Aeon's ability to teleport, sir. Nothing else. But she like looks at. I can't scan the other side of that, and she like, with like a holographic hand, points at the circle.
Do you get any indication as to the source from this location? I look around.
You watch as like on your HUD the circle of like purple veins that has collated here and has made a perfect circle. Is highlighted like.
Right.
You hear the radio come on. Hey Doc, don't wander off too far. There might be strangers round here.
I'm assuming that is sarcasm.
No, really?
Again, I am assuming that is sarcasm.
I'm gonna hail you both. Can we keep comms clear? I want to know how long it takes for Mimir to get down here.
I don't say anything in response. But yeah, for now then I'm just going to take every like reading I can of this area and gather as much data as I can. Like I say, I'm Vala's saying she can't scan the other side, but I'm not sticking my head through that. So
Yeah, it's the hit dice to regain.
Yeah, hit dice. So if you've got a D8 or a D10, you
If
roll that.
I'm
and you-
disabled, can I still roll that or not?
2.
Yeah, you can roll hit dice because basically what you're doing is you're restarting your mech. Think of it like that. You're like running reboot sequence, but your systems, your aiming system is still kaput, unfortunately, until you get a long rest, until you can get the mechanics.
do you want me to roll anything
Yeah.
to gather data, or just to like just count? I don't
System.
know if I just gather it or not. Sorry.
I'm gonna go over to Paladin Honor.
No
'cause
system. If you're
What up, bruh? I'm kicking tires over here. I'm pressing buttons. I'm pulling switches. I'm doing things that I've seen my mechanics do to just try and
In the
Get some
background, you
help.
hear strained mechanical noises as the Colossus stands up.
So
Yeah.
Viking Harmony's like his usual flight suit is obviously like quite fucked up from all of the fires that he's just had to put out. He walks over and kind of like reluctantly sticks a hand out.
Are you in person, right? I guess
Yeah.
I'm in person as well. Yeah. Yeah. I accept the hand, shake it.
Welcome to the fire team. You did good.
It was an honor, sir, fighting alongside such a courageous team.
You helped me clear my checkbook here. I was in red. That, and then he like looks over at like the wreckage of what was the name of the mech again? Blue.
Blue Coagatar. It's
Kind of
type of
looks
beetle.
over at Blue Coagatar. That took out half my team. I know you know how bad it is to lose members.
I do, sir. I could tell how much this fight meant to you.
You got
It's
a
an
new
honor to be
home
able to
here now,
help.
kid. Welcome to Fire Team Odin, and he slaps you on the shoulder, and then like we'll go back to his mech and try and fix what he can.
A couple of minutes later, you see Vasilia wander up, dragging a sledgehammer. Have you got this thing fixed yet? It just randomly starts clanging bits of armor about and looking through it, helping to fix.
This to me.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
in general, as you pair of you like head under bonnet or whatever, doing things. Have you got this thing fixed yet? Ding, with the hammer on the shiny armor. And,
I just sort of cringe, like, "Ugh."
as you cringe, I'll carry on to interior systems and start.
You
working
actually
on
notice, Vasilia, that his mech is resetting by itself. That there's a lot of like self-repair systems that he's got going on in here, in terms of like they're purposely built battle mechs. Like your guys are like salvaged. It's interesting to see how the other half live. Like, but apart from that, Jordan, as you take these readings, they are off the charts, and you notice atmospheric pressure differences between this planetoid, this mining asteroid or planetoid, and whatever's on the other side around this gate. There's massive pressure differences, gravitic differences. You're not sure if you're reading this right, but you're pretty sure light bends around it. If you look at like that might not be what's supposed to be seen. Like on the other side, like something weird's going on, and you're not 100% sure what the hell's going on with it.
Right.
But you and Valor have got a very thorough scan with that 5, and you feel as though without going through, there's not much else you can do.
I'll start heading back towards where Carter and the others are.
You
And
see
I'll
the
kind of-
Colossus moving.
I guess
hey, Doc,
I think
where you been?
seeing Carter out of his go, I'll kind of get out of mine as well with like a data slate of some sort
Mhm.
of the data we've collected, and I'll sort of walk over and Commander, these are the readings from this source of this effect, and I'll gesture at the tunnel.
Pass it. Oh, thanks, Carter.
It'd be fair.
Smooth.
Oh. Here, hang on.
Interesting.
It will
So
require
atmospherics
further
are
analysis.
different.
It would appear so, sir, along with several other readings. We cannot gain more information from this side of the anomaly.
I pick up a rock. I'm like, what's your bet on this going through to the other side? And he just starts like tossing the rock.
I bet from, and you hear from up on the side of the mech, I bet you couldn't hit it from here. It's an awful long way down there.
I would assume that the rock would go through, sir. However, I'm not really sure what more information that will give us.
This is gonna sound bonkers, but I think that's a teleporter.
You
I would
see
say very
Celia
definitely.
walk past at this point with dragging a sledgehammer. There's only one way to find out. Gets back in her mech.
At that point,
Picks
I
up
hail you very quickly, and I'm like, yeah, we don't know what kind of shielding these Aeon mechs have, so let's get a science team down here.
No, don't worry, don't worry. I'm not going through. And as you see my mech take a few steps to line up with this thing, rip a chunk of rock out of the floor and just boom straight down the corridor at this anomaly.
Easy enough. Don't even have to roll for it. You watch as it like it doesn't quite hit, like go straight through, but it rolls towards it, and you watch as you do see like it hit purple lightning from around the circle of purple veins, like, and you see it then on the other side in that strange like new place, then start rolling.
When you say strange new place, what can we see through this distorted lens?
So
Can we see like planets?
you see another tunnel,
Okay.
like another tunnel. It almost looks like the other side of that tunnel, but the problem is you can see things that shouldn't be around. So like there is grass and stuff on the other side of that tunnel. Like there's not grass, sorry, like fungus and stuff like that. Like stuff that couldn't survive on this planet because it's pretty much made of gold and rare metals.
Right. Yes, I follow you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's like it's a different tunnel.
Yeah.
On the other side of it. Okay. And
Does-
I turn back to Carter and Doc and on the ground and just go, see, with the mech. You hear C come over the radio.
Carter's gonna hail a science team because he's a military man. And he does not want to step through that portal because he wants kids in the future. And he doesn't know what kind of cosmic space radiation is going to fuck with him. So I'm going to hail, while Mimir is getting ready to come down, I'm going to ask them to also come with the science team.
You hear like, okay, boys, I'm coming. We're bringing them down. And you hear like President Shah, Prime Minister Shah, over the radio, like, we're coming to get you. Like sort of thing, like hee, like as he's like, and you hear like the others like, sir, can you can hear them like in the background, like, sir, can you come away from the communicator, please? Like, sir, no, stop that, like, and he's like, there's no harm here, as he's like messing about with.
I switch to local broadcast only to and say, oh, who knew that the president could be so much fun?
Like, on comms, but also directly to Valor, I'm like, hey, can you run a query? How many years prison would I get for taping the Prime Minister's mouth shut?
For assaulting the Prime Minister, the crime is treason and conspiracy to harm a public official. Both crimes carry up to life imprisonment.
I'm gonna ask them what's going on because I'm not looped in on the comms.
Oh, give me a second, and then I'll go over to your comms and make sure you're on Fire Team Odin's comm system.
You have to give him a copy of Valor. Is the problem with that?
Can we not just give him like the encryption key to the channel? That'll be fine, right?
He
It's
can-
only radio.
He can do that anyway. Like you can invite him in
fine.
anyway. But if you're talking about getting him linked up to like everybody, like it's gonna be like, here's Valor. Like
Add
I'm
him
not
up to the
giving
group
him my
chat for
wife.
now.
I'm not giving him my wife.
Work wife. You're not giving him the work wife. Yeah, we'll just add him to the group chat for the minute. It's fine.
Yeah.
long as we can send like telemetry data and things as well, it's fine.
Yeah, you can.
Seeing
You'd
as
be able
Val as a computer system, you could describe her as your Wi-Fi.
But yeah, you watch as an hour passes, another hour passes, and then you begin to see lights from like these little shuttles with like 4 little shuttles are like carrying these massive cages for mech recovery, which basically they put on mechs, clamp around them, and then pick them up. So you see one for each of you. So there's 16 ships in total, and with 4 of these cages that can recover you. You would have to sit in your mechs whilst they recover you, though, because unless you want to try and get into one of the shuttles, like it's a pretty big task.
I'll sit in my mech.
While these things are being loaded up and no one's really paying attention, I can take the end of my greatsword and just gently dib it onto this thing.
Okay, so you do that. You see the same, and it goes through, and you're trying to hold on to it, but then you're like, oh shit! I need to roll power as it's pulling you through.
Alright.
James, why do you do things?
Because it's a character trait. Come on. Yes, 14 under 17.
You pull your sword out, and you realize that your sword is like warped. So like at the point where it meets the thing, it bends, and then at another point it bends further down. It's like almost like a lightning bolt now, where this whatever's happened to it, like the gravity around it, has like contorted it, and you're like, oh, oops! Like
At that point, you notice you get another message in your
interesting.
inbox.
At this point, I'm going to go into my inbox and create a spam rule for those things you keep sending me.
Cool marshals. Just go into a folder.
It just forwards them back to you. It doesn't reply to them. It just forwards them straight back to you.
But it also gives you,
The ultimate
Awesome.
passive aggressiveness with emails.
and it also
Um,
triggers the read receipt though, so that he can't say you didn't read it.
There you go. Done.
Jordan, what were you going to say?
Sorry, carry on.
Jordan, what were you
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
say
go
as
on,
well?
Oh, I was going to say, can I do another scan of the area around this sort of anomaly? I want to see if it's like changed in size or if anything seems to have changed since the last readings were taken.
No, you don't even have a system for that. Like
Right.
it does.
You do get a little blip on your telemetry panel of the data that I've scanned doing the thing with the blade. As it appears, there's a loud thumping noise again, and a cave like jumps because Vasilia's there with the mech holding the blade against the wall, just bang, 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 just to straighten it out a bit.
You hear over the comms paladin on you hear, we don't really know you, but we've been told to pick you up as well. Like, is that okay? Like, you're not gonna try and kill us, are you? Like, you hear like, some woman just like, we're here to help your squires. I think they're called, are waiting for you back on the Union. Are they called squires? Is that what they are? Like, they're fucking weird. They're dressed in armor and everything. Like,
I just let her keep like rolling out words. I keep creating pockets of awkward silence that she.
I tell them, I butt in and just pick him up. He's harmless.
Okay. Do you want to sheath that? And they like you like you've got your sword in your hand still. Like,
I'm gonna place it on my back. The actual contraption that holds the sword is barely functioning at the moment. So I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like keeping eye contact. I'm doing this like really like mysterious thing I'm just like trying to find out the exact spot to click it in and then go. The help would be much appreciated, my dear.
You feel the thing like come round as they like position properly, like doosh, doosh, doosh. You feel them begin to like take you out. You hear McGillish like, "Connor, what the hell's going on? Why the hell is the Prime Minister down on that planet again? Can someone please tell me why I've lost control of my ship?" Like,
I just send him like whatever our space Amazon equivalent of like a managing techniques book. Like that's all he gets from comms. And then I go, Oh, sorry, sir. I was adding that to my my wish list. My bad.
God damn it, Connor.
Sorry.
Uh,
I will instruct the Rekimekis to pick up the blue bug because I can't remember its actual name.
Yeah, no, they're already on that. Like they are very much aware. Like
I need me a new module, so I'm going to steal something off this shit if it kills me.
You just get a message that says "no legs" in full capital.
Admittedly, there's not enough of her to have legs. Like,
Yeah,
so...
I was going to say, I'm sure that pod got vaporized. I don't care about the pod. I care about the mech leaning on the wall.
Yeah, so you get the mech. You've got the spare arm as well.
I mean, if there are bits of pod around, so we can get an idea of the control systems and stuff, then yeah.
This man wants another leg.
It's like paste, mate. Like
Collection.
it got hit by Mecha. It got hit by Mecha buckshot. Like it's pretty
no
much.
Problem. If it's vaporized, it's vaporized. It is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Genjoban of the Aeons destroyed, and you guys are taken back up to the Union. Takes a couple of hours, because of the fact that there's a lot of like disturbance, as you hit out atmosphere and stuff like that, and then you get back onto the Union. You see that Red Mosquito has been moved out of the bay for Paladin Honor's mech to be put in, but Red Mosquito and Blue Quaggatar are in the bay next to you, so that you don't have to worry about like them being. Yeah, they're basically. You notice it's where Fire Team Loki's mechs used to be.
That'll do.
No. So like that team that got decimated before, they're now just. You guys are like checked over for wounds. You're given the basic first aid because it's mostly superficial burns. A bit of Carter, one of your eyes a bit messed up from where you've like hit your head on when you've been hit, but apart from that, they easily like recalibrate it. But yeah, you have been, and you see President Shah is like stood looking at Blue Coagatar, like hands behind his back, like every now and then he adjusts his glasses, takes his glasses off, then puts it back on, and he's like looking at it.
I'll walk past him.
I'm gonna walk over. Presumably, like all of the mech pilots are slightly above a bunch of people who are on deck, right? Like military guys.
Yeah. Mech pilots are like captains. If you're thinking of like military ranks, mech pilots are automatically like captains, a bit like how pilots in the Navy are automatically officers. Like so, yeah.
So I'm gonna just walk up to one of my subordinates and be like, and I point at President Shah and I'm like, technically doesn't have military rank, so if you could remove, that would be very useful.
But he's also the president and subsequently your boss. How does that work?
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister, president.
He's not a commander-in-chief. He's the Prime Minister. Doesn't have a military rank.
He is not the commander-in-chief because thanks to the mission manual recently released, thanks to the Kickstarter, we found out that the commander-in-chief of the Terran Collective would actually be Thea Node, who is the military, who is a tough as nails military tactician and former labourer, much like Shah himself. But where Shah's older, Thea is younger.
Yeah, so I point to the subordinate and I'm like, you're going to need to ask him to leave the bay. He doesn't have a rank.
Okay. And he's you see him go up to the president, the prime minister. Sorry, I keep calling him president now. Shit. The prime minister. And every time you he goes up to him, you see him kind of go, "Oh yes, in a minute." And you watch as your subordinate comes back to you and he's like, he says he will leave in a minute, and then you send him back. And the prime minister's like, no, in a minute. Like, I want to see what this does. And he's like, but sir, this isn't. And eventually it does get to the point where his arm just gets further and further away from his body. So it started off with like kind of like here, like And it went like further and further, and it's like almost arm's length. But instead of like batting him away, he's literally just got his hand on this kid's cheek, and he's literally just pushing him away, like, "Get away from me! Like, leave me alone!"
At the kind of the third, he's not leaving on mech bay. I'll sigh. I'll look at my subordinate, and then I'll walk up to President Shar and like, "I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, sir."
And you like see him like look towards you, look over his glasses at you, and he goes, "It's not very nice, but it's understandable. You have brought in a very dangerous target. I wonder." And you see him kind of like begin to look.
At this point, like, Carter kind of sighs slightly, and he's like, "Sir, the reason I'm going to have to ask you to leave is you're introducing an element of insubordination inside of my unit."
He like looks at you and he's like, "Oh, really? And I'm sorry. I thought that this old man just wanted to fly again, but it seems as though heartbreakers abound." And
I put an arm over him because I know he's about to get dramatic, and I'm like, "Sir, you are welcome to fly with us, but..."
Crack, like as you put your hand on him, and you notice that without even moving, he and you're like, and he's like, you notice that his body's remarkably stronger than, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's
it's
he
can
like
you let go?
You just hear laughing from Vasilia's bay. She's watching this.
It's just it's sorry about that. That's an old habit. Old habits die hard. But I'll go.
No,
I think
sir,
McGillis
and then I like very gently start to put my hand on him. "You can stay, but you need to recognize sort of authority. Like, speak to me, not to..." And then he like glares at Vasilia, like we're going for like an anime style, right? So we see like a zoom into his eyes. He's like glaring at Vasilia. If you know,
Vasilia does that anime thing where she sneezes because she feels like someone's talking about her. I don't know if you've ever noticed that in animes, but when somebody talks about another character, they sneeze because it's a thing in Japan that you sneeze when someone's talking about you. So you hear Vasilia's like repairing a mech, and you just hear her "Cho!" Like, but yeah, you see. I can't remember your character's name, Nathan. What is it?
Zero.
You see Zero. He's literally directing these like younger men and women, like teenagers, to like do stuff to his mech, and they're like in similar armor, just without the cape and like without certain parts of it. So like they've got one arm armored up, whereas Mate's got both. Zero's got both. They've not got a cape. They've not got a helmet. Like you've noticed that actually Zero has when he comes out of his mech. They're a bit like, but they are literally these 16, 17-year-old kids. There's about 4 of them. They are working like this, like elite repair unit. Like they are not.
I've got like the McLaren pit crew. Like they
pretty much, yeah. Like you're
McLaren,
like,
bro. You want the fucking Ferrari pit crew? Is pretty sick.
Like they're
the
literally.
pit crew you want's that one out of Cars, that little forklift thing.
I would have said the Mercedes pit crew, but after that last race this weekend, I don't know about that.
Controversial.
Funny, my friend works for the Mercedes pit crew.
My sister works for Mercedes F1 as well.
Yeah.
And after last week, guys, you've got the best drivers. Come on. You can't fuck over Bartas like that. He's a good boy. Let him succeed, please.
Yeah. You see them. They're just head down working. They're all wearing swords. And yeah, they just fucking work. They literally take this man's word as gospel. As soon, like he says jump, they say how high. They just do what he says. But yeah, you direct the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister's like, I suppose I should leave really with McGillish on his way. I think he's a bit angry at me because I snuck onto the recovery team. But I hope the arm's okay. He like claps you on it, and he's like, just an old soldier's bones is all. Like
relocates it.
Yeah. And he walks off, and he goes, "You did good today, Frith. I think you should
The
should
team's
really
in the black,
consider.
sir.
You should consider making sure they stay that way." And he disappears off, and literally like a tag team, you see McGillish. Poof, 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 poof. He sees the Prime Minister. He's like, "I want a word with you," and he's like, "In a minute, go talk to him. He's more important right now." And like
Just
like,
very quickly
what?
on comms, I get Val to send everyone attention Mech Bay, and then like just the Mech Bay ID. Stand at attention. We're fucked.
Yeah.
As the president's leaving, you just hear off the top of Vasilios' mech, "Aw, he was fun."
You hear Gillish, like, you hear a bunch of people like, "Commander on deck! Commander on deck! Commander on deck!" Like, and then you hear, like, McGillish, like, "Frith, what the fuck was that? Like, what? You what? Like, it was a simple get in, get out. Like, what? You chased them down into a hole?
One less Aeon, sir.
It's one less, but, like, what did it cost you?" And he points at all the others with his still slinged arm, and you hear him go like he's got like that anime vein that appears on their head when they're angry. Like,
Sir, I believe you're about to congratulate me because my team's in the black. That's 2 Aeons for 2 of us.
and the research material is invaluable. That you've brought to us, but I just need you to realize that you need to fucking tell me next time, and then I can send better support to you. Like, instead of just listening to you down a hole, like, go, "Oh, we're fucked," and then having these guys, and he points at those kids that are working on the Neosmech, and he's like, "Tell us that their master wants help." Like, what the fuck's a master? Like, what? Wait, what?
At this point, like, Carter is like obviously very, like, obviously annoyed at McGillish at this point. Like, he usually follows orders, but this time he was like, he stops for a second. He kind of he stands like less at attention. He's like, "Sir, you know the team needed this." And then I point to the mech bays that were Faraday's and Connor's.
I know, and don't think that I don't understand. I just...
When life gives you lemons, sir, you kill some fucking Aeons.
You see him like laugh for a second. He's like, "Look, that blue bitch got me good as well." And he like lifts up his arm. Like, I just didn't want to leave you behind.
Coagatar, sir, fucking scrap pile. And then he points over at like the wreckage of Coagatar.
His Vasilios is on top of it trying to unbolt things.
We got a pretty boy to join the team, and he points over at Paladin Zero.
I assume I'm over with my team, just sort of instructing
Yeah.
them on what I want. Okay, cool.
Yeah. He like looks and he's like, "We've got a few others of them coming, and we've sent some of the survivors from other fire teams. The Brotherhood has some more going their way as well, but you are the only operational fire team on the Union as of today."
Understood, sir. One last thing. And then, like, I assume we've got that stupid sci-fi thing where they have, like, holographs that they can, like, put on other people's, like, data slates, like, that dumb sci-fi
You can
thing where
literally,
don't
you
send
can
an
like
email,
drop,
you, like,
airdrop shit to people, yeah.
but you like pick it up and you put it on some, you know, the dumb sci-fi trope. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense, but like that's what you can do. I send him a commendation form for Fireteam Loki.
Roll presents for me,
I'll roll some dice for you, Addison.
because you're...
Succeed.
He like looks and he's like, she's gonna be all right. She's She's over with she's gonna be one of the Aeon trade-offs. One of the Neos trade-offs. But I'll make sure that this is registered. And we'll make sure she gets what she deserves over there, you know?
Thank you, sir.
Just stop giving me fucking stress. And you see like him like put his hand through his like throw hawk, and you notice that there's like a few more grey roots to like this green throw hawk he's got going on. Like as he's just more and more stressed, and he's like, I'm also gonna give you some access to some files that your friend Dark has already tried to access. Unfortunately, they were redacted. You will get certain information, but you will not get all of it. So, do I make myself clear?
Sir, yes, sir. Thank you for this.
We're gonna go hunt some Aeons.
Hoorah, sir.
Hoorah!
I'm gonna walk up to them, just as like the tension's really starting to, crumble down, and then I'm gonna go. Hi, friends. So final reports are in of the mech. I'm gonna need half a ton of titanium rods, 5 sheets of platinum, some of those power crystal things. I don't know if you guys have those over here. And then start to list off like
Zero.
shitloads.
Can I see that data slate real quick?
Shitloads of like expensive materials. I go, yeah, no problem.
And then he just like presses deny, and then he just hands it back to you.
Welcome aboard, welcome aboard, Tin Can. Like Tenny, and you hear McGillish like hit him with on the back, and you hear his arm around. He's like, "You're gonna see how the other half live. It's gonna be great. You're gonna have to make do amends. You're gonna have to sew your own. Oh, and you're gonna have to pull farm duty. So that'll be fun." Like,
The experience so far has been most informative.
I can give you about 30 meters of fucking Durasteel. If you can patch your mech up with that, you'll be fine. And I like slap you on the sofa.
Patch. This is the point of realization. I start to look around at the bays and go, wait a second. These aren't your backup mechs. Are these your fucking fighting rigs?
And instantly Vasilia is in your face saying, yeah, and? What have you got to say about that?
How have you fucking survived this long?
Ingenuity.
Hey Vala, get up the scoreboard, and it's like a score of like destroyed Neon Privacy mechs versus our mechs.
Face just sort of drops. Throw the data pad on the ground and storm back to my team, and just start getting out on them.
The gap isn't big, but there is a gap where there's more Neos mechs destroyed than Terrans. But you do notice that, like, genuinely, somebody adds a third, like, mech, like the third faction, and they add the Aeons, and the number is 2.
Whilst they're all shocked at that,
Team Odin right there, boys.
Whilst they're all shocked at that, I want to look and go, excuse me, I killed that fucking mech. That goes on to the Dominion.
Like, these are the only 2 confirmed kills we've ever had of Aeon mechs, so well done. And Doc, just for point of thing, I would assume that you're going through your data and everything.
Yes.
As you go through your data, like that redacted file that you took about all the Aeons before, is unredacting, and you see that there are.
Where are we sticking this?
I'm not. So there are 4 currently known Aeon mechs. 2 of which have been destroyed. Those are
two of which are sat in the hangar bay, right?
Yep.
Excellent.
There are 4 currently known. So Red Mosquito, piloted by Unstus. He had a kill count of 25 Neo Dominions, Neos mechs, and 45 Terran Collective mechs.
Damn.
Blue Kawagatar, which was piloted by Genjoban, had a kill count of 150 Neos mechs.
Yeah.
And 45 Terran mechs. And there are two more that you see. You see Green Mantis, piloted by Clara Tresh.
Clara Tresh.
Clara Tresh. K-L-A-R-E-T-R-E-S-H.
We're going to Marrakesh.
Sorry, K-L-A-R-A, was it?
No, K-L-A-R-R-E-T-R-E-S-H.
Yep.
Also known as the Veiled Doom.
Spooky.
So it's a
She
cloaking
has
device.
she has a combat total of 300 mechs defeated, but she doesn't leave enough evidence to identify who they belong to. And the last one that they know of is a black centipede piloted by Malachart.
Right.
Malachart is the only person known in existence to survive a battle with Fear Node.
That's pretty good.
You get some basics. So one of the things about Green Mantis that you realize is that it has like retractable scythe blades that allow it to attack multiple times. And it can move really quickly. Whereas Black Centipede can constrict around people. It has the ability to stretch. Like
What?
Sorry, just confirm. Only to survive a battle with what?
Fear
Yeah,
Node,
okay.
who is the commander in chief of the Terran Collective.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I missed that earlier.
Yep. So she's like a really good tactician, like hasn't lost many battles that she's been in command of, and this person seems to have given them some sort of run.
Right.
So they all like unredact, but all the battle reports, like when they've come, are not unredacted. So you just have the basic information. These are the things that we know about them.
Got a kill count for Black Centipede?
Black Centipede does not have a kill count, but that is their main like thing. The fact that they've fought and survived against Fear Node, which even to the Neos Dominion is like shit.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
That's weird. Like that doesn't happen. Right.
Shit
So,
balls.
yeah. They all, because you look at Unstas as well. Like Unstas has like multiple like massacres. You've got Genjo Ban, not so much massacres, but almost like assassinations.
A lot of assassinations.
Like she's very much like get in, get out, do her job. That's why you get the feeling she was running. She was not really you got her into a fight that she wasn't used to. Just drawn out. So yeah.
Hashtag winning.
But yeah, that's what you find out about 4 of, and you know that there's apparently in the Aeons there's 13 of them. So those are the 4 you know about. Those are the 4
Not
that
anymore.
If Nath wants to do some stuff later on and try and cross thing the Neo and the Terran database, that might help you get some stuff, because there is
I'm
information
not
sharing.
just yet.
Yeah, that's why I didn't suggest it, because I have a feeling that you would want to do it. But what do you want to do,
Sorry.
James?
I was going to say the obvious. Start pulling apart Blue Quagatar and seeing if I can salvage stuff off that as well.
System
At least get a list of what is on it.
systems.
Systems, lootables, the usual.
Yep. So you need to make a system test for me.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Uh, 3 rolling under 13.
Oh, so you get the arc reactor. So it's kinetic arc reactor. Basically, that's what allows her to stun and make her EMP blast. It's basically powered by her mech's movement. So if her mech moves in certain ways, it will trigger it, and that's where you can hit and stuff like that. You notice that her mech is completely insulated, so that it wouldn't be damaged by electricity itself. And you do notice that she has like these pincer claw things that you saw come out. They can be quite good for climbing as well as pinning things down.
Are they light or heavy?
They are light. Yeah, Ben.
We've got a science team down in the hole now, right?
Yeah. They're coming. Yeah.
I would like to put in a requisition form for some Valerium claws.
Valerium claws. They look at you as you say Valerium. Oh, you wouldn't know what it's called. I only use that term.
I
So you
imagine
talk-
that, like, we scanned whatever data was on her mech, and she had Valerium, and that's kind of what we're using.
Beryllium is
Yeah.
more an energy source. There is a strange, like, I'm gonna say, like, contraption that seems to do something to Beryllium. Like it's as you download the data, a lot of the coding is talking about Beryllium programming, destination, and departure points. That you get that this might be her teleporter because he rolled a 13, and as you put that in, you get the idea that that's what
Is
she
there any
uses
way to get the
control.
kind of, like, energy sucking in a kind of melee weapon form?
Hold on. What is that? A piece of kit, or is that a thing you're trying to pull from our stores?
I'm
Ben.
trying to... Well, like, it's an ore, right? Because it was, like, veined in that walls. I literally
Yeah.
want them to mine out a claw shape and give it to me so I can have, like, a knuckle duster.
The problem with it is if you're not properly insulated and stuff like that, it's going to drain from your mech as well.
Okay, never mind.
So
I don't know
they
science.
look, they it's a good idea, and you see them like begin to like do the nerd thing and be like, this could work, like, and begin to get really excited about it. But unfortunately, you can't do it right now.
Okay,
Like,
that's fine.
so that is a
So-
long. We'll call that a long-term project, and we'll do some project clocks for that at some point.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. See that a
So
bit
is that
blazing dark, I
all?
like it.
Is that all the scavenging from this mech? For
Yeah,
the
so you've
3
got the teleporter console,
Ah.
kinetic arc reactor,
So I missed the teleporter console.
insulation, and coagatar claws.
The insulation is purely for the kinetic reactor, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And possibly because actually now that you compare it, Red Mosquito has the same insulation, so it might be for using those portals as well.
Yeah, given the bendy on the blades, yeah. Cool. I am gonna try and, with the help of the nerds in the hangar bay, remove the teleporter console and maybe install it on mine.
Roll d20, but +2, because this is tech you don't understand. Like, this is systems.
Yeah. 11 rolling under 13.
Ooh, so you get it out. You start putting it into your thing, and you watch as like Valor starts like spazzing out, and she's like, I don't understand what I don't understand what do you do? Like she's like spazzing out as you're like trying to install this in.
Can I boot her out of my mech systems for the time being until we can get it plumbed in properly?
Mm-hmm. It's going to take you out of the game for a bit because
How
you're going
long
to
is it? How long would be a bit then before I do it?
2 or 3 days. Because you're integrated Aeon tech into your mech.
How will that reflect on the game? Is what I'm trying to ask.
So if you get attacked in those 3 days, which is highly likely because you have 2 Aeon mechs on your person, which people probably don't want you to have. and you've inflicted the first casualties of the Aeons for this whole war. But you might get attacked in the next 3 days or next week. Like, and depending on if you fix that in properly, there's going to be a check to fix that in properly.
Okay, well, we'll leave that one with the nerds then.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm
The longer you leave it with them, the easier it will be to integrate. That's what I'm
For
trying to say.
sure.
You go
Okay.
straight in, it's going to cost you.
Have they had much luck taking the weird wings off?
You do notice that instead of taking them off, you see in like another hangar that there's a mech with a similar set of wings that seem to like almost like prototypes. They're trying to reproduce them rather than
Okay. Yeah,
remove.
that's fair. Let's try for the arc reactor then, with the help of the Bay nerds.
I'm kind of like this whole time. So there wasn't a Bay in Odin team, right? So am I in a separate?
No, you've got a Bay and Odin team. They've moved Red Mosquito out of.
I think your bay over the top of it says Cider Connor over it.
Yeah, SIDR Connors. Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of watching in amazement at Vasilia, like trying to put things from another mech onto her mech. I'm just sort of like, this is like we've sort of had this conversation. We're just like, do you just like patchwork anything on? Like, isn't this your baby?
I look over at Vasilia. I imagine you're still working and you're having this conversation with me, right? Like, you're not gonna.
I can work.
Whoever's near me, really.
Yeah, Vasilia likes to glue things on.
That's new. That's new to me.
God, you should have seen the mech before. Oh God!
This masterpiece, gesturing to my mech, that they've worked fast and they've basically used the materials that were there, so like the normal sheet metal, and they've basically almost rebuilt the mech completely, and they've like super polished it out, so it doesn't even look like sheet metal anymore. They've like super buffed it and waxed it, so everything's really shiny.
So they got rid of the dent that I scuffed in with the hammer on the way back.
It's all proper spick and span. And I'm just sort of like, this is years, literal years of planning, preparation. I start to like try and read, like list off like buzzwords and
as you do that, I point to one of Fireteam Loki's mechs, one of them that's just like scrapped in there, that's got like massive missile pods on the shoulder. It's got like a Gatling gun on the arm, and he goes, "Yeah, that used to be a combine harvester."
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I'm sort of like, I don't. My face clearly says I don't understand. I cannot comprehend how you are still alive.
I just go, have you heard of the term plucky?
No. No, I haven't.
Plucky.
Okay.
Our combat simulators are basically video games.
Can I take a look?
I notably sort of turn to you at that point.
Do you mind if I take a look at the mech?
Go ahead.
And I myself sort of look, quite literally look, and go, team, and then I just basically get the majority of my mechanics to basically. I want to try and recreate the stun power.
I was going to say, they're going to try and help me remove this kinetic arc reactor, Bob.
I mean, if you can persuade them to, sure.
I would already be doing this. If they're going to work on this, they're going to work with me, I say to you, as they turn up.
Do presence to check, and then this will be our closing scene for tonight.
This for me?
No, this will be
I think this is for me.
To get them to work for her.
Yeah.
10 under 14.
So you literally watch as Vasilia stands up, puts like sledgehammer over her shoulder, looks down on them. It's like, can you take orders from a woman? And you see them all kind of like look at each other.
It ain't even that.
Yeah.
They look back at me, and I just go, "Sorry, boys," and I just walk off.
Like one of them's like, "I'm a girl," like, and then they go and help you, Vasilia. Roll
Cool.
systems with advantage because his team's pretty elite.
2d20.
His squires are pretty good. 2d20, take the lowest.
4 or a 3. Take your pick.
You take it off, you look at it, and you're like, if I can insulate this, I can probably get this on the back of the Colossus. Like,
Excellent.
if I can insulate this properly, and your Colossus would be, or you could put it on his arm or on his back, or like
I'm thinking on a back.
on the back.
So, would you like the team to go for the insulation next? We'll borrow a bit off Blue Quaggator.
Yes, please.
Same again.
2d20s. Yep.
Cool. A 3 and a 12. Both are under.
3. So they begin like looking at the material, and they're like, "Yeah, we can make that with what we've got." And they slice some off and begin like grabbing like materials from everywhere. It's probably going to take them a bit of time, but by next session you will have the arc reactor installed with insulation. So what the arc reactor does is you get stuns after every hit with a melee weapon. Has to be melee. You also have to hit.
And it's
Stuns on a
system
hit.
rolls from the enemies, right? To resist.
Yeah, system roll from the enemy to resist.
So stuns on hit, system roll from enemy to resist.
Yeah. The other thing it does is it gives you a what's called an arc blackout, which is all close or near enemies roll systems or are stunned for 2 turns. Recharges on a 5 or a 6. You have to roll a d6, and if you get a 5 or a 6, it recharges.
And so as all close or near enemies roll
System.
and I can only type so fast. You have to run that again. So
Or are stunned for 2 turns.
I'm sure Addison can send you this at the end of the.
Yeah, I can send.
okay. No
Yeah.
problem.
As you watch Vasilia begin to bolt that on, we fade to black, and the credits start to roll we go to a parting shot of the TCS Union and Brotherhood gently pulling away from the planetoid, pulling away from Husqvarna, and a green mech looks down on them from afar.
Oh no.
Mantis claws.
Oh no.
It's
Oh, balloon
Cypher.
face.
Excellent.
yeah,
So we're gonna make
And
this
that's
3
where
for
we
3.
end today, and we'll see you in episode 4. Thank you very much, boys, for playing. I appreciate it.
Oh my god, thank you so much, Addison, from the Pod of Many
Oh, yeah.
Things, for running
Thank you,
the
Addison,
session.
from the Pod of Many Things, for running the third.
The third session of Mega Hat Desperate Alliance. We will now do plugs, as we always do, so we will start off with, again, the easiest plug. James, please plug anything that you would like to plug, my guy.
Ooh.
I occasionally put the plug in the bath. That's about all I do.
Not where Ben
No,
puts the plug.
don't do the social media much, but I do hide out on on the loop. What the fuck are you doing, Addison?
I'm raving as you plug.
Fucking raving, boys. Right,
Right.
we will now drop directly below me to Jordan of Uninformed RPG. Jordan, please give everyone the plugs. Plug your shit.
Yeah, there we go. Like Ben says, I am Uninformed RPG on YouTube and on Twitter. Uninformed RPG is my YouTube channel where I share my tips and advice being a newer player to the hobby, and I think I've got some pretty good videos. I've got a few videos up there at the minute. Currently slow in the works, but I am working on a short series of videos that I'm going to be doing about Blades in the Dark, which was our last game that we did, reviewing the system and looking back on the campaign and other bits like that. So look out for that in the near future.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jordan. We will jump over to our excellent, very good streamer friend. Nathan, please give us your plugs.
That's me! You can find me over on twitch.tv/Sirnade. I also have a Twitter, which is a different name, which is @NJewel. You can also find me on Instagram, which is also a different name, which is @Vinstagram. Good luck finding me on the internet. Yeah. Hope we see you on one of them.
You know you should really consolidate your online presence to what? Okay,
No.
I just thought I'd give you some advice,
Challenge.
bro. You do your what
It's
you
a
do. You.
challenge, okay? My followers have to earn that shit.
We will jump
Wow.
over to our wonderful GM and also an amazing podcast host, may I say, sir. Please, Addison.
And good
tell
good
the people
shaver
where they can
as well.
find- Excellent shaver. He looks like
Excellent
a 15-year-old boy. A bright 15-year-old boy. Please go ahead, Addison. If you want to plug.
I'm Addison. I am the solo host of the Pod of Many Things now. We have just turned 1 today. So we're 1 year old. I'm going to be doing a celebration
That was
video.
like a
And yeah, hopefully we'll do a bit of a special about that. You can find me on Twitter, which is where I do most of my talking as the Pod of Many Things. You can find me on YouTube, any good podcast site. And yeah, just to let these guys know they leveled up this session as well.
Hey!
Oh, excellent. I can get
Is that in the
emotional.
game?
No, that's in real life.
Yeah, that's
Real
that's
life.
real
Oh,
life. It's
thank
like
God.
the Scott Pilgrim thing. You get,
Yeah.
I'm getting a life.
I'm going to be honest, it's been a while.
Finally,
Fairly sure that
from-
means I can repair a module or get a module. Excellent.
Ooh. Finally, from me, you can find us every Tuesday night at 7:30. Motherfucker, it's changed to British Standard Time. It's no longer that Greenwich Mean Time. That was old school.
Hey!
Summer.
British Standard
Summertime.
Time, 7:30 to
Summertime.
9:30.
Cough, cough.
Tuesday nights for more The Mecha Hack Desperate Alliance for at least the next 8 weeks, if my math's correct. But my maths could be wrong. Who knows?
7, right? 7.
We got 8.
This
we're
is
on episode
session 3, I think.
We got third session, 7 more.
Oh,
weeks.
sorry. I guess we got 7 weeks. Yeah.
7 more
Seven
weeks.
more, 7 more weeks of this
That's all right.
excellent,
I can't do basic
excellent
math, you
show.
guys.
It's only basic math. That's why he got confused. He's good at advanced stuff.
Yeah, he's only a program.
If you want me to program it, I can program it. Otherwise, leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
Also, I think we can announce here and now, Addison, if that's correct, episode 5.5, which is our midpoint little talk. We're going to give some giveaways out of the Mecha Hack.
Giveaway!
So if
Giveaway!
you want to win
Yeah,
a
we're gonna-
PDF copy of this awesome game,
Yep.
tune
Or a
into
night with me.
5.5.
We didn't. Did we not agree that?
No,
Is that
or
not
a night with Nathan. We'll do one of those. Fuck it, you've volunteered now.
I saw it on the docket, you know.
you can choose. You can tune in to episode 5.5, which is in however many weeks. 6 weeks will be. Fuck knows. Someone will do.
It's in math amount of
It's
weeks.
in 4 or 3, depending on where you start. You can find me on youtube.com/The Flickering Torch for my sort of commentary videos, reviews, news,
Do another one of them.
that kind of thing. Or you can watch all of the VODs of this show or our previous 2 shows. That's Knights, Black Agents, Blood Feud, or Blades in the Dark, Ed Herrings, all DM'd by different people. Slightly different cast, but kind of the same. You know, we don't have Nathan for a bunch of them, but now he's
Probably not. Just skip them ones actually. Just go straight to the good stuff.
Wow.
I'm in one.
Manga Hots, hello.
I'll help out. I'm in one of the Blades in the Dark one, so you have to watch all of them to find me. There you go.
That is the one.
Yeah.
Right, so thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the subscribe on the YouTube channel. Go find everyone's socials, apart from Nathan's, because he's made it a fucking national treasure-esque fucking hunt. Thank you, everyone. Say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
guys.
Have a good time.
Bye,
Goodbye.
everybody.
Farewell.